Hello and welcome. There are so many different formats that claim to teach how to read tarot. And having gone through a lot of books, a lot of videos, a lot of quick sheets and websites, the vast majority of this information is either a direct copy or interpretation of what you'll find in the pictorial key to the tarot. That is A.E. Waite's book on the deck that he made and had Pamela Coleman Smith paint. So the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. Or you're going to find that these descriptions of card meanings are more like someone's tarot journal that they have compiled from their own reading, classes they have taken or taught, comments from their students, comments from folks that they've read for. All of this is valuable, experiential, and anecdotal information. However, one of the great features of doing readings for people and having readings done for yourself is that the more you do it, the more you find that everybody's approach is different. Because your ability to interpret, understand, and describe energy is different from everybody else's. The way that you interact with your divinatory tool, whether it's cards or a crystal ball or working with palms or runes or charms, whatever, your tool is going to speak to you in a way that it doesn't quite speak to everybody else. And those unique aspects of your relationship with your tool are the unique part of what you can offer to others when you read for them. Your ability to perceive things and make connections that others may not be able to perceive at all, or that may lie in directions that other readers usually don't explore. So, any way of training with a tool has to dive deep into your personal and unique qualities, the way that you are going to form a relationship with that tool. If it starts with copying somebody else's methods and way of thinking, then you're going to have to go back through those methods and break them down and discard a lot of them. You're going to have to relearn a lot of your techniques as you discover your unique voice and the way that it really makes sense for you to do it. So in order to get there in a more organic way, to find that sense of how the tool and yourself interact the best, the kind of energy that you are most comfortable and best oriented to perceive, your first interactions with the tool should not be a copy of other people's, but rather should be rooted in your own journey, your own perception. Now, the method that I'm about to suggest to you, I've mentioned it in some much more kind of logical, procedural ways, particularly in the video about getting to know the trumps in a deeper way. Though these methods can apply to any card. And as you continue to grow in tarot, it can apply to pairs of cards, sets of cards, especially cards in sequence. Getting the cards to talk to each other with this method is going to help you be a better reader. The essence of learning how the tool directly affects you and establishing that strong relationship with it occurs in meditation. This is any time you put yourself in a quasi-conscious, trance-like state. You can do it through breathing exercises, deep breaths all the way down to the belly, through the nose, out through the mouth, doing them rapidly and then slowing them down. Not rapidly like as fast as you can, but fill quickly with a pause, then let it all go. But make sure you've let it all go before you go into the next breath. Box breathing can also achieve this state. 4 seconds in, 4 seconds hold, 4 seconds out, and repeat. The point is to get your brain to stop thinking about particular things in your immediate environment, stuff you've got to worry about, goals you are looking to achieve, and come to a state of neutrality. Once you are in that state, your perception is going to be more oriented inward, to your psychological world, your feelings, the way that you connect thoughts and ideas and experiences. It's in this state of mind that you are able to connect with and experiment with energy in a much more clear way that will make direct sense to your subjective self. You're not talking about it with somebody else. You're not comparing it to something in your current setting, but you're just experiencing the energy and getting a sense of how it feels to you. Now, breathing is a good method, and I feel like it can be incorporated into any other. Some people need other sensory stimulation to get them into that neutral state. Listening to music that is kind of slow, long notes that you can think about for a good while, not a lot of change-ups, heavy rhythm, or verbal imagery in the music, but slow stuff, probably closer to the New Age genre, but not necessarily every track is going to do it for you, even if music is what you need, just because you're looking at New Age music. Find the stuff that really helps to center you and make you feel like there's kind of a little cushion around you energetically. Another thing that helps people is dancing, finding rhythmic movement, even if it's just swaying, that helps you to take attention away from any need to stim or get physical or tactile stimulation, and instead flow the energy through your body so that that urge to touch and fiddle with things is reduced. Praying, humming, and chanting, any of these methods can help to get you out of the external situation, the external concerns that you have, and into yourself. So once you have achieved this neutral state, at least in the case of tarot cards, the way to approach them is, first of all, as you start these exercises, don't try to do more than one card at once. In a given day, try one at a time first, add more if you feel compelled to, but I would at least get through the 22 major cards or trumps, and then see where you want to go from there. But you want to start with a card. And in that neutral, mental, energetic state, picture the card in your mind. Even have it nearby so that you can look at it and ponder the symbols in the card. Think to yourself, why are they together? What does that connection mean to me? Typically in your magician or juggler card, you'll have a character that is behaving with some level of confidence and has symbols of the four suits somewhere on the card that they have arranged or are manipulating. It's a good card to start with because it has this expression of the energy of the tarot moving around all in one space. And a character that is approaching that energy of the suits with a particular attitude, a particular method. What does that mean to you? Do you feel like you are that person? If you were talking to that person, what would they say to you? If you needed help or advice, what if they needed help? How would you approach that person and show that you are competent enough to contribute something to their goals and their needs and become involved with them? Think about the characters and the situations in the cards from as many angles as feels useful. There will come a point where you feel like you've exhausted the imagery, you feel tired, you're done with it. Pay attention to that point and stop. This isn't the kind of exercise where you're trying to break yourself down in order to insert an idea into your mind or destroy your muscles so that it comes back stronger. This is a gentle methodology that is not going to be completed at the end of your meditation. As you meditate, symbols and experiences and ideas are going to come up for you. It's going to form this cluster of options in your thinking about that particular card that you've meditated on. As you go throughout your day, you're going to recall and think about some of those symbols, some of those experiences. Other attachments and associations are going to make themselves clear. When you sleep that night, your brain is going to utilize some of that information in reorganizing your story of the day and even your story of the memories that you have had during that day. The more that you do this meditation experience, the more that the cards are going to become ingrained to your personal life, and they will come to be able to speak to you with more clarity when you're reading for others. Now, tarot is a complicated divinatory tool. It has images and concepts in it that encapsulate all of human personal and social life. And that's a lot of information to take in, to ponder, to understand, to connect. It takes years to become fully and truly competent. You might be a person who can easily make connections with others, understand and get into their energy. And if that's what you love and what really motivates you, starting with the cards will help you to do that in a very sophisticated way. Though there are other divinatory tools that will help you to just focus on that sense of connection and give you a simpler range of options to start with, so that you really can focus on the energy that you're experiencing with the person you're reading for, or the energy of the moment if you're reading for yourself, and deliver a message that is direct and makes some sense. The elements are a powerful divinatory tool. Thinking about the way that the wind is blowing, what it is causing to move, how the sounds are generated by that wind as it rustles through things, what that breeze causes to be lifted up and move, and what resists motion. The point of divinatory work is to enter into a state of energetic perception rather than material and physical perception. Wind, fire, the flow of water, the settling of the land, and the way that it's affected by the other elements all provide details that careful attention and thought will provide an energetic perspective on. And from there, if you're connected to somebody else's energy, or you're dealing with a situation that is causing a lot of energetic tension in your own life, just noticing those elements can give you divinatory messages. Meditating on the nature of those elements that surely you already have experience in relationships with will probably be a faster way to get you to that basic skill of energetic connection. I know a lot of divinatory tools, but I focus on tarot because it is so sophisticated, and I've taken the time to become friends with every single card, to have all of them talking together, to develop this relationship with the deck. But if you are hoping to just build your divinatory skills to be able to receive useful messages from the energy around you, to help yourself, to help others, to be in flow and sync with the world around you, then tarot may not be the first thing you want to go to. Particularly because, as you're looking for help, you're going to find a lot of contradictory information out there. Some people are going to try to teach you systems of knowledge that have come to be related to tarot, but don't necessarily have to be attached to it. Whereas if you're working with things that are just a part of life in general anyway, like the basic elements, that's going to give you a greater grounding for other workings that you want to do. And it's also going to give you a simple, accessible tool that will allow you to do energy work for perception just about anywhere you are. So do consider that, though, again, that meditation method, finding that neutral state, dwelling on the element or tool that you want to work with, considering a structure for it that helps you develop a language with that thing so you can get a sense of which messages it is trying to deliver and how it does so. This practice is going to make a big difference in the way that you interact with others and offer messages to them. Thank you very much for listening. I hope all of this has been helpful. If you are looking for readings or for a person to aid you in your personal spiritual development, please contact me through my website or send me a DM. Any way that you reach out to me is fine. I'm here to help folks to improve these skills and have really useful conversations and connections about them. In addition to this is that I am finished with the text of a book on tarot meditations. So hopefully early next year, I will be able to offer a book of meditations written for each of the major tarot cards, each of the courts in the suits, to help people develop a more direct relationship with those cards. The meditations are not just a description of what I think is contained in the card, but they offer a lot of prompts to help you figure out how you are existing in relation to the energy within each card. And that's going to give you an awesome foundation for your personal readings, your personal tarot study and understanding, and I really look forward to hearing what people are getting out of them. Take care and have a fabulous day.